We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. We're taking your crime concerns straight to our city leaders. Coming up, the panelists in tonight's town hall. Residents are sounding off, voicing their concerns to Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates during a crime walk. His response ahead. And it is a busy day at City Hall. We're going to take a closer look at today's hearing as the mayor is preparing to speak live. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with breaking news out of Baltimore County. One person has been rescued from an apartment fire in Windsor Mill. That fire started earlier this morning at an apartment complex on East Bend Court.
The fire took about a little over an hour to bring under control. One resident was rescued. They were taken out by firefighters. They have non-life-threatening injuries. They were transported to the hospital. At this time, our fire investigators are inside looking into the cause of it.
That fire is impacting about 30 different apartment units in 3 different buildings. MTA has brought in buses to the complex to help keep those people warm until they can get back inside. Happening right now, Baltimore City Mayor Brandon Scott is about to speak there at City Hall. He is going to talk about this morning's Board of Estimates meeting. You can see them getting the mic set up and doing all the testing before the mayor actually takes to the podium himself. But the board is meeting to discuss what it calls Baltimore's middle neighborhoods and what can be done to reinvest in the neighborhoods and help drive up the city's population. Looking ahead, it will be a busy day at City Hall. This afternoon, the city's Legislative Oversight Committee will hear from leaders with the Baltimore City Fire Department. They're asking them about the department's daily operations and staffing, as well as equipment and safety. Now, of course, there's been a lot of focus on the city's fire department. In October, firefighter Rodney Pitts III and Lieutenant Dylan Ronaldo died after being injured in a fire in Northwest Baltimore. And last year, Lieutenants Paul Buttram and Kelsey Sadler, as well as firefighter Kenny Lacayo, were all killed in the Stricker Street fire. A 4th firefighter was hurt. We're going to have a closer look today on Fox 45 News at 4 and on our website at foxbaltimore.com with the latest on that story. In a city in crisis, Fox 45 News is holding a town hall tonight on public safety. City Councilman Eric Costello and mayoral candidate Sheila Dixon will be on our panel. Now, it comes as people in the community are voicing their frustrations about the crime they're seeing in their neighborhoods, even inviting Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates to walk through the neighborhood with them.
Residents in the community are living in terror here.
I asked for the job. I want the job. I'm trying to do the job because I'm trying to benefit and be there for them because they're frustrated. They should have to live like this.
Shannon Lilly brings us Bates' tough on crime message in Southeast Baltimore.
Well, his message is a stern one. He says people should not have to live like this, so he is walking with them to stand with them, saying he will do what he can to address the crime in their neighborhood.
They should have to live like this. They pay taxes. They go to work. They're trying to make our city the best they can. I need to do what I can as well. Well, they are kids. They're our kids. We love our kids, but sometimes you have to have tough love. The other things we also realize when it comes to some of those activities like that, we're finding that they're part of an organization. We have older people, adults, preying upon the juveniles because they know that nothing will happen to the juveniles.
One of the issues Bates was just referring to there, juveniles allegedly involved in open-air drug dealing here in Graceland Park. It's a small community tucked away off Dundalk Avenue near O'Donnell Street in Southeast Baltimore. This small group of residents walking with big concerns, pointing out what they're calling a hot spot for crime. Edie Schumann, president of the Graceland Park Improvement Association, organized this community walk and invited police and City State's Attorney Ivan Bates to attend. Schumann says she hopes BPD and Bates can help bring peace back to their neighborhood.
Residents in the community are living in terror here. They live in terror. There's been a few shootings here that's happened. At the end of the day, enforcement's going to follow on the state's attorney's office because they're the Ivan Bates is the head enforcement officer.
Again, Bates is continuing to talk tough, especially when it comes to holding juveniles accountable, and he says he'll do what he can to help that neighborhood. Reporting in downtown Baltimore, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News.
Bates' comments on youth crime highlights a rift between prosecutors and lawmakers about juvenile justice. Top prosecutors across Maryland saying that the laws on the books leave their hands tied. They're arguing that young people are not being held accountable. Prosecutors are also putting part of the blame on the Department of Juvenile Services. And it's not just prosecutors. Fox 45 News spoke to several frustrated residents following Monday's town hall. They say they're tired of the lack of action from the Department of Juvenile Services and Secretary Vincent Schiraldi.
When it comes to hearing from DJS specifically, what do you want to hear from the secretary about what's going on?
His resignation. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but I just don't think he gets it.
And I think Schiraldi really came out short. He was very indirect, and in some ways he was very self-serving tonight. And really, this is about public safety. It's not about him personally. And I think there's a lot more accountability he needs to answer to. I think Schiraldi's got a lot of gaps in what his data presents.
And again, Fox 45 News is hosting our own town hall on public safety tonight. We invite you to join us. City Councilman Eric Costello and mayoral candidate Sheila Dixon will be on our panel. It all takes place at 7 p.m. at Leadenhall Baptist Church. We did invite Mayor Brandon Scott to take part in the town hall, but we haven't heard back from him. Stay with us this morning. Baltimore mayoral candidate Sheila Dixon is going to be on our panel. Again, that's coming up tonight at 7. 11:07 now, and here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, a Baltimore City student is under arrest after a double stabbing at Carver Votech High School. Police say a second student and one teacher were stabbed during an altercation. Both are recovering. The Tuesday stabbing comes less than 2 months since 3 teens were shot outside Carver High School. Trending number two, Mayor Brandon Scott's office is teaming up with Everytown Law to sue the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, known as the ATF. The city says their request for data on where criminals are getting their guns was denied due to protection from the NRA. Trending number three, former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley has been confirmed by the Senate as the next leader of the Social Security Administration. O'Malley was approved by a vote of 50-11. The SSA has been without a confirmed secretary since July of 2021 after President Biden fired Trump administration appointee Andrew Saul. Still ahead, holiday travel this year could break records. Coming up, just how many people are expected to travel and when will be the busiest day? And Donald Trump will not be on the 2024 ballot in Colorado. Coming up, why the state Supreme Court says he's ineligible. She had a miscarriage at home and now she's been arrested. Coming up, the charges this woman is facing and the questions it's raising in a post-Roe world.
Well, we'll see sunny conditions with less wind for the afternoon. Temperatures just a bit warmer as well, and we are staying dry this week, so really not tracking much in the way of wet weather or snowy weather. Upper 40s today, back to the 30s tonight, and right to about 50 on your Thursday. We'll track what we can expect as we head toward Christmas weekend coming up in a few.
11:10 now and topping your social stream. A case that could have widespread implications in a post-Roe world. An Ohio woman is facing criminal charges and possible prison time after she miscarried at home on the toilet. Brittany Watts is charged with abuse of a corpse after flushing the toilet. Her attorney says she was in her second trimester when she miscarried at home. She went to a hospital afterwards, and that's when a nurse called police.
Prosecutors essentially said it was irrelevant whether or not the fetus was, whether or not there was a live birth. They were focused on everything that happened after.
Autopsy found that the fetus died in utero and there were no injuries post miscarriage. Watt's lawyer says there is no law in Ohio that requires a mother to bury or cremate the remains of a miscarriage, and they will continue to fight the charge. A lot of reaction online about this. One person saying, just a reminder, Brittany Watts is still being prosecuted in Ohio for having a miscarriage on the toilet. Anti-abortion laws and beliefs are harmful. We warned y'all. Another one saying, Ohio, a black woman miscarried at home. Cops investigated the toilet. She was charged with abuse of a corpse, fifth-degree felony, up to a year in prison and $2,500 fine. I had 5 miscarriages through no choice or fault of my own. We can't live in this reality. We are in danger. The Colorado Supreme Court rules that former President Donald Trump cannot appear on the state's ballots for the 2024 election. The court says he's ineligible due to his incitement of the January 6th Capitol riot. A U.S. constitutional provision bars people who have engaged in insurrection from federal office. Reaction this morning. Alex saying, you guys want to know something funny about Trump being removed from the Colorado ballot? The case was filed by 6 Republicans, and the Colorado Supreme Court cited a previous ruling by Justice Gorsuch in their decision. Trump's own party did this, not Democrats. On the flip side, you've got Jonathan saying only the voters of the United States of America should be able to determine if they want Donald Trump to be their president, not some court in Colorado. He is innocent until proven guilty, an important principle of natural justice, and therefore should remain on the ballot. A proposal in New York State could force some Chick-fil-A restaurants to open on Sundays. A bill introduced in the New York State legislature would require all restaurants in rest areas in New York State to be open 7 days a week. The fast food chain is currently closed on Sundays. Reaction: if the state of New York didn't want a restaurant that closes on Sundays on the Thruway, it shouldn't have hired a restaurant that closes on Sundays. If the state is going to outlaw Chick-fil-A's Sabbath, that ought to concern a lot of New York folks who honor their own Sabbath. And then Matt says, is there nothing more important going on in New York that you have to present a bill for Chick-fil-A to be open on Sundays? What a joke we have become. Well, still ahead, you'll soon be able to tell when someone is using their car's self-driving features, the new tail light color that's being designated. Just in time for the busy holiday travel rush, Southwest pilots are getting a new contract. A look at what's inside the deal. 11:13 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:15 now. The United Nations Security Council is set to vote today on a Gaza humanitarian resolution. The resolution calls for a halt in the fighting in order to facilitate more humanitarian aid deliveries to Gaza. The vote has now been pushed back twice in order to allow for more negotiations. Here at home, 4 Baltimore City Council members are facing backlash over their decision not to adopt 2 resolutions, one condemning the initial October 7th attack, the other condemning anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. New emails are shining a light on how Baltimore residents feel about the council's back-and-forth battle on condemning anti-Semitism. After the measure failed, its sponsor, Councilman Isaac Yishti-Slifer, also addressed his colleagues.
This is the double standard that we have grown to live with our entire life. And, you know, it sends the message that hate is only okay if it's being perpetuated against Jews. Murder is only okay if you're murdering Jews. And that sends a horrible message to the people of Baltimore.
Judges, rabbis, and state lawmakers wrote to the 4 lawmakers, all of them questioning either the council's actions or inactions. A health alert for you this morning. The newest class of weight loss drugs are leading to more optimism in the fight against obesity, so much so they've just been named the Breakthrough Drug of the Year. Science Magazine is naming GLP-1 drugs the Breakthrough of the Year. The drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy were originally made to lower blood sugar in people with diabetes, but researchers later discovered the drugs induce significant weight loss with some manageable side effects. A possible breakthrough for pregnant women struggling to cope with extreme morning sickness. Scientists now say they've pinpointed the cause behind it. The culprit, a hormone called GDF-15. Researchers say the amount of that hormone circulating in a woman's bloodstream during and even before pregnancy can be the driving factor behind how severe her symptoms are. 11:17 and now to today's talking point. Mercedes-Benz is the first automaker to get approval to use a new color for its car's lights. Turquoise blue will indicate when a vehicle is operating in self-driving mode. According to Mercedes, the turquoise lights are to alert passing drivers and police that the vehicle is under fully automated control. So far, the Drive Pilot technology is only legal in California and Nevada. It allows the driver to take their feet off the pedals, let go of the steering wheel, and completely take their eyes off the road until the system alerts the driver to take over. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. And would you like to know that a car around you on the highway is driving itself? And you say yes?
Definitely. I want to know, you know, just add another level of, okay, let me keep my eyes on this machine.
But it's so funny because they say those are the ones you don't have to keep an eye on. Like they're going to be the safer cars on the road than us humans driving the car. I like the idea of it, though. I just like to know, oh.
Yeah, I like to, you know, I mean, they say that in theory, but it also, they say a lot of things, you know what I mean? As they say a lot of things. And so, you know, there can be malfunctions, just like with humans, there can be malfunctions. Right. So you're right. And it is like a sign, I think, of the new world, right? Because it is almost like, you just add it to the, okay, this is self-riding. Okay, oh, it's a flying car. Okay.
Oh, we're getting there.
Oh, it's a robot flying car driving itself that can talk to you. Okay, got it.
Exactly. And as long as the blue light's on, then at least we're aware. We know.
Right.
Changing world out there. I think we're going to see the blue lights all over the place. It's just we're headed that direction.
I think they may have blue lights on people too, like when the fake robots or they're not real people. Your coworker has like a little blue light.
Oh, you're not talking to a fake.
Oh, that ain't real Patrice. That's AI Patrice. Hey, AI Patrice.
All right.
You know what I mean?
I would have found the AI version of me.
A little blue light on your neck.
All right, Mark. Thank you. It's time now to get over to our wild and wonderful weather. We've got meteorologist Justin Chambers, and he's got a closer look at flooding going on in our north.
Well, continuing to see the effects from that large storm that impacted a lot of the East Coast. This is some flooding here. The picture from parts of New Jersey still underwater, even after all that rain has moved on. But we still have some issues up there, up and down the East Coast from that deadly storm. Thankfully, we're drier here, and actually, we're going to see a lot less wind as we head toward the afternoon. On your hour-by-hour forecast, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s for the next few hours. You can see that average is 47, so just slightly above that number. It will feel a bit warmer today as well, with the fact that we'll have less wind and those temperatures closer to average. Now, sunrise sunset times about the shortest daylight hours that we have this time of year, as we're pretty close to that winter solstice, and then eventually those daylight hours start getting a little bit longer, or those days get longer. So here's a look at your high temperatures. 47 typically this time of year for our average. We'll be in the mid to upper 40s across Carroll and Baltimore counties. 48 Towson for Lutherville and Timonium. 45 in Perry Hall and White Marsh. Numbers for you in Howard and Anne Arundel counties in the mid to upper 40s for Ellicott City and Elkridge, over through Glen Burnie and Pasadena, down through Severna Park at 46 for today. Pilots, finally a good day to get out there and fly with a lot less of the wind and those clouds that we had around. So looking at visual flight rules, VFR, pretty much all day. Temperature tracker, upper 40s and lower 50s today and tomorrow. A bit of a dip on Friday, but then those numbers are going to climb as we head into Christmas weekend. And overall, very calm conditions, a very quiet week, especially as we head into the busy holiday travel period. We're not talking about much of anything into Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday for most of the East Coast. There is a little system coming through parts of the Midwest on Friday night into Saturday morning. That'll sneak into parts of western PA, and we'll get some more cloud cover from that by Saturday afternoon into the evening. But overall, not going to really do much to impact our travel plans. Here's that 10-day forecast for you. We'll see those numbers climb. We're talking about mid-50s for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day under mostly cloudy skies. Really, our next chance for rain doesn't come until Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
All right, Justin, thank you. Still ahead, the holiday travel rush is almost here. Which days are expected to be the busiest? And to help stressed out travelers, one airport is bringing in therapy animals. And they're not just dogs. Look at that. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Ahead of the busy holiday travel rush, Southwest Airlines and its pilots have agreed on a tentative labor deal. If Southwest follows other major carrier agreements, pilots could get raises of about 40% over 5 years. Both sides have been negotiating for 3.5 years. As the holiday travel starts to pick up, one airport is inviting therapy animals to help come and calm down the travelers. And it's not just any animal, but therapy llamas. The two are named Prince and Benny. They visited Portland International Airport to help ease stress during a hectic season. They're very cute.
It can be a stressful time of year to travel, so getting a llama hug can kind of alleviate all the tension. It's the most fun to see everyone's reactions because you go from stress and concentrated trying to get to your gate on time to looking up and just seeing these 400-pound fluffs walking right by you.
Don't they spit, though? Don't they spit at you? Maybe that's not them. That would not be therapeutic. The airport is also going to host some therapy dogs today. Well, this year is projected to be a record-breaking holiday travel season. The holiday travel season doesn't officially start until Saturday, but it is already ramping up at airports across the country. AAA says 115 million Americans will travel more than 50 miles from home. That is a 2% increase from last year. More than 7 million of those travelers will be flying.
Travel demand has been off the charts all of 2023, and this holiday season is no different.
To the TSA, tomorrow is expected to be the busiest travel day, followed by Friday and then the first few days after Christmas. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Christmas is in the air. Well, we've all heard of marinating meat. Well, now people are marinating their soft drinks, or at least that's what they're calling it. We'll chat about the new viral trend, and if we try it, stick around to see what this is all about.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here,
what's
along
up?
with influencer model Courtney. Good morning, everybody.
Hey,
let me tell you right now. This holiday is expected to be a busy year for travel. United, Delta, and Southwest are saying they're expecting to see an increase in passengers this week and triple the estimates of total travelers in the U.S. for the holiday travel period reached its second highest level in more than 20 years.
Okay.
So both of you ladies are flyers. You fly out. So Courtney, are you flying out?
I am.
See?
On Saturday, I'm
There it
going to
is.
see my grandma in Pensacola. Hey, Grandma. And yeah, every time the holidays come around, we definitely have to make sure to book in advance.
Hop on the flight. Now, Lady T, I'm not going to say, I say the flued out joke too much. I'm not saying that to you
finally,
anymore.
you know what? That's
I'm
the first
putting
step.
it to rest.
This is step
That's the
one,
first
y'all.
step.
Coming to
2024,
acknowledging that
but
you're...
Lady T, I'm not doing that joke, but you do
That's
fly
right.
a lot.
I don't.
And so...
I'm scared of heights also. Just FYI. I don't do planes. I'm scared of heights.
But you fly.
I did. I know. I went on 2-3 trips. That's it, Mark. Okay, I didn't know. Keep me on the ground or in the water because I like, give me put me on a cruise. Put me on a cruise. But no, a lot of people are going to be flying.
We're not shocked by the numbers. That it's kind of back.
It is terrible. People are all traveling this time of the year, but you know what? I'm not. Okay.
It's okay.
Go ahead on because you know what? You're gonna experience a lot of delays. I think. Just kidding. No, you're not. I'm playing.
Wow.
I'm playing. They said the weather's gonna be good, so we should be good. It's a good time to travel.
No more hate, Lady T. We want you to
a lot of it's
tell
gonna be good.
Are
Y'all
you
gonna
traveling?
be good.
Are you traveling to see family for Christmas? Or is family coming to you? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, maybe you got the presents, but don't forget the stocking stuffers and don't forget moms. A viral TikTok from last year's resurfacing showing how moms often do a lot of the invisible work at the holidays. In the video, the mom filled everyone's stocking, even the dogs, but then no one filled hers. So here's a reminder, don't forget mom. This is good advice.
It is.
Because it is so true. Mothers do everything.
They do.
And if I'm real, when you're going down the line for the stockings, mom's stocking is light usually.
It's usually very light.
I'm gonna get Allison some stuff as we speak. So do you agree?
But you ain't get it already. That's concerning. That's concerning. You ain't get it already.
I got the gifts, but the stocking, because you're right, the stocking, it's like our stocking at work. I ain't putting them back. But you got to do it. So are you a mom?
I am not.
But do you know how mom has the short end of the stocking?
Every year. And I think it's one of those things, I guess it depends on your family. Do you stuff the stocking or is it just decorative? If mom is stuffing all the other stockings, you better stuff hers.
Lady T, are you a stocking stuffer?
No.
Wait a minute.
Because you know what? I thought it was just for decoration.
Wow.
Like, I'm so
but
confused.
You receive the stocking stuff, don't you?
I thought it was literally just for you to hang on your in front of the TV if you're in the hood.
Lady T is bad.
And if you're if you have an actual house, it'll be on the wall, right? In the hood, it's on like the little front of the TV, right? Is it not with some tape, with the gray tape?
I didn't have stockings coming up.
You didn't have. I didn't have.
And
I was like, who cares? I don't need. And I'm only.
I didn't have a stocking on.
One only stocking in front of the TV.
Okay, look at this one.
Oh, sorry.
You've heard of marinating your meat. Well, now people are marinating their soft drinks, or at least that's what they're calling it. It's now in a viral TikTok. People are claiming the drink tastes better if you let it stand in the fridge and get super cold. Some claim drinks in glass bottles are better than cans.
Okay.
And plastic bottles are referred as the least preferred option. Oh, I agree with that. I love a glass bottle, and I love a cold drink.
But the glass ones are a little bit more expensive.
I don't know. Courtney, what do you think?
Yeah, they're very fancy.
I do love a glass bottle. I think that, I mean, if we're marinating it, my sodas are in the fridge anyway, so I didn't know that that was what we were calling it.
They try to make a big deal.
Oh, wait, you put it in the fridge, and that's called marinating
I know, it's kind of weak.
I'm so confused.
If you open it
I
up,
thought you were going to pour it on something, and that was you marinating.
Well, that's what it is. The TikTok stuff is not as strong.
And you know what? But it does have, like, it has coffee in it, right? Have you ever tried putting coffee in your hair? Like, it really makes it, like, shine. And if you, like, dry out your Coke and stuff and you put it in your hair, it actually makes it, like, more vibrant. favorite. I know why you haven't tried it.
This took a turn.
I know why you, but it might bring it, it might give it a little more shine.
I don't know where she pulled that from.
You don't know.
You've been drinking.
Because I'm a natural hair. I'm natural underneath here. And when I used to do these natural hair parties, we all had to come with tips, and that was one of the tips.
Okay, wait a minute.
Beer, Coke, and all those things. And coffee in your hair.
Coffee is stimulating. So
so I think that's probably why. So
good job trying to rescue Lacey. All right, give it up for Courtney's first time. Courtney's first time on the couch. Courtney's first time on the couch.
Good job.
Thanks, Courtney.
Good job.
Lady T, we'll see you later in the show.
That's all I get.
Still ahead.
She got a whole applause.
I know she did. Still traveling this holiday, coming up some travel safety tips to keep in mind. But first, the holidays can be stressful, so why not focus on some self-care? Coming up, a new way to unwind at the end of the day. Stick around. More great show coming up. Yes. Oh, look at that.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
If you're ready to relax, treat yourself to a relaxing foot massage. Today, Julie Moran is demonstrating a must-have massager. Here she is with America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
I am so excited to tell you about this product. I love it after wearing high heels all day or a heavy workout at the gym. Footopia. This combines pushing, kneading, shiatsu, pressing, rubbing techniques that feel so good. It also has heat therapy that helps to loosen your muscles, and it also feels cozy as we get into these colder months of the year. And it can also be used on your calves as well, which is great because I get cramps in my calves. I also love it's light and it's portable. You just simply plug it in and you're good to go anywhere, vacation, the office. It's also great for everybody. It's a great gift, whether you're an athlete or you're having a physically demanding day at work, or you just want to, like me, relax after a stressful day and just sit in front of the TV. I like that it's really good for anybody. It's good for young people. It's good for older people. And also, I have cold feet, so this warms my feet and massages my feet at the same time, which is actually something I've never found in a product like this. And right now, we're offering 33% off. Get that. That's a big deal on Footopia. All you have to do is head to asadeals.com for this amazing, look at this, relaxing, exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Allianz Travel Insurance.
Americans across the country are preparing to embark on holiday travel and winter break trips, and many are looking ahead to booking a much-needed winter getaway. But there are many things to consider for your health when preparing to travel away from home. Dr. Dean DeLon is here to tell us more. So, Doc, what should we keep in mind when traveling this holiday season?
I guess the most important thing as an ER doc, I want to tell you, is to get those flu vaccines. I've the last few weeks, I've just seen horrible cases of influenza B happening. People like ICU sicker than I've seen COVID in a while even. So get the flu vaccines right away. It takes about a week for it to take effect. So if you get it now, you should be okay by the time you start traveling, because it's busy out there. Anyone who's traveled has seen planes are packed, ships are packed, resorts are packed. You're going to be breathing other people's air and other people's face. You want to protect yourself as much as possible.
And what are some tips for traveling with kids?
I'd say the first thing is the same things you need at home, you're probably going to need on vacation. You need that liquid Tylenol, that liquid Benadryl, whatever meds you have. Once you're at a resort or on a ship, it's really hard to find those things, or it's kind of much more of a hassle to get them. So be prepared in that way. The other thing is you want to keep them busy while you're traveling. Planes, they try to keep them clean, but the volume of people going through it, just there's inevitably it's not the cleanest place in the world. So you want to keep their hands busy, bring snacks, bring toys.
You mentioned many Americans are taking cruises this year. What advice do you have for a cruise or winter beach getaway?
When you're traveling, but especially if you're on a cruise or going overseas, that's when travel insurance becomes more important than usual. Because if you're on a ship, they have a clinic that'll take care of emergencies and minor conditions. But their goal is to get you off that ship if you're having any major medical events. So if your next stop is in Dominican Republic, you're going to have a way to get off that island once the ship unloads you. We just had a case this morning where someone was offloaded from a ship at the private resort in Haiti. So that's when you want to have travel insurance. I work with Allianz Travel Insurance, and that's where we see these cases a lot. If you are in a foreign country and go to a hospital, it's not like when you come see me in the ER, you can't just pull out your Blue Cross card and be seen. You have to have a way to pay. And so hopefully you got your travel insurance, check that box in the airline or your Marriott hotel reservation so you're covered. And if not, you can always get it online. Great sources at AllianzTravelInsurance.com to make sure you're covered in these unfortunate, unplanned for situations. No one plans for emergencies, but gosh, I see every day when I'm managing these cases, people are so glad they thought ahead.
And again, Doc, as we wrap things up, give us any other travel advice you have, and one more time, where can we go for more information?
So AllianzTravelInsurance.com. Everyone's traveling again. Have fun. Most people do fine. Just be ready in case things go not quite according to plan.
Awesome. Well, good seeing you, man. Thanks for this great information, okay? Have a good one.
Okay. Appreciate having me. Happy holidays.
Still ahead, staying healthy this holiday. Coming up, we'll chat with a doctor about some common misconceptions when it comes to treating colds. But first, a new way to save money coming up in today's Tech Spotlight, a closer look at how to save on your mobile service. Stick around.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Comcast Beltway.
Are you looking to get the most out of your wireless service? As more consumers are looking for more ways to save, we're excited to spotlight Xfinity Mobile as part of our Tech Spotlight. Check out our interview about one of the country's fastest growing wireless services.
Well, the holidays are coming up fast, and more consumers are thinking about ways to save, including on their mobile service. We're excited to have Thaddeus Lee here, Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Comcast Beltway Region, who is here to shed some light on Xfinity Mobile. Wonderful to have you here.
Glad to be with you, kid.
Tell us about Xfinity Mobile.
Yeah, Xfinity Mobile, just in the last 6 years, has added 6 million new subscribers. And what I'll say is that we're giving the option to our consumers and to our customers to join us and meet them where they are every single day, and it's an awesome opportunity.
All right, for all of our viewers, let's talk about why they should consider switching to Xfinity Mobile, because there's a lot of good reasons.
Absolutely. Savings, flexibility, and speed. Savings, today we have one of the best offers on the market. Buy one, get one. It's available until January 10th. You get one line, you get the second line free. Flexibility. You can switch between by the gig or unlimited tiers. When you have someone in your family that doesn't use a lot, you can minimize the impact to your bill by putting them on a by the gig plan. And then speed. Many people don't know this part. We have 22 million Xfinity hotspots across the country. So between our 5G network and our 22 million hotspots, we have a unique opportunity to optimize the experience for every Xfinity Mobile customers.
All right, all of this is wonderful. All of this is great. How easy is it to switch to Xfinity Mobile?
As simple as going into your Xfinity app and clicking I want to switch. We can ship you a SIM card. Many of our devices are eSIM capable. But if you want to see a beautiful, smiling face, visit us at one of our Xfinity stores. We'd be happy to hold your hand and walk you through the process. It's easy peasy, as my grandmother would say.
I love that, and that's wonderful. What about mobile solutions for businesses?
Comcast Business Mobile is available, and it's been uniquely designed to help businesses save as much as possible. They also can leverage our 5G network. They also can leverage our 22 million hotspots. And on top of that, if they get up to 2 lines, it's only $30 a line. So all they have to do is go to business.comcast.com to take advantage of our great offers.
I want to switch gears just a little bit here. I know there are federal programs to help low-income families when it comes to mobile services. Is Xfinity Mobile included in this?
100%. In fact, we're proud to participate in the federal government's Affordable Connectivity Program, also known as ACP, which eligible families, when they qualify, they'll receive a $30 credit, which can be applied to any tier of Xfinity service. And if there's any remaining balance, they can apply that to their Xfinity Mobile service.
All right, so many people have already made the switch to Xfinity Mobile. We've heard the reasons why. And our final thoughts here, what do you want to say to everybody that's considering making that switch?
I want to say it's super easy to do, and you don't want to miss out on these savings any longer than you already have, so join today.
So easy to do. In fact, we'll put up all the information on your screen right now so you can make the switch to Xfinity Mobile today. Thanks so much for being here, Thaddeus.
Thanks for having me, kid.
And time now for your weather with meteorologist Justin Chambers. What's up, Justin?
Kind of a cool shot here, Savannah, Georgia, of a ship heading out early in the morning, but cold temperatures there in Georgia, similar to what we saw earlier this morning, where our temps were below freezing for most of the morning. Eventually, we'll be a little bit warmer, and the big thing today is we'll have less wind to deal with plenty of sunshine. So temperatures just a bit warmer over the next couple of days. We are going to be staying mainly dry this week, so really not tracking much in the way of rain or snow. Hour-by-hour forecast numbers steadily climbing to the mid to upper 40s as we take into that 2 and 3 o'clock hour. Typically this time of year, right about 47 is our average high, and we'll see the mid to upper 40s across central Maryland for Westminster and Cockeysville to Bel Air, out toward the eastern shore in the mid 40s, Chestertown down through Stevensville over to Annapolis across the Bay Bridge, and the capital at 46. The other capital, 47 in D.C. today, with mid 40s in New York and Philly, up and down the 95. All in all, not looking too bad. And a great day to fly today, too, pilots. We're looking at VFR conditions, visual flight rules, and not nearly as much of that cross crosswind component you've had to deal with for the last few days. Temperature tracker, a little bit below average by Friday. That'll be the first full day of winter, but those numbers actually climb as we head into our holiday weekend. And you can see our future scan, very quiet weather here up and down the East Coast for the next couple of days. Really not tracking much. You'll see a few clouds here and there as we get you into Thursday afternoon. Friday will be a bit cooler behind a weak cold front, but it's a dry cold front, so it's not bringing any precipitation. And you can see this little system there Saturday morning into Saturday afternoon, tracking across the Great Lakes to western PA. Some of that will try to come down to our area and bring us some more clouds on Saturday afternoon into the evening, but we're really not tracking much in the way of actual precipitation. So that 10-day forecast looking pretty good, especially as we head to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We're talking mid-50s for highs. Now, Tuesday and Wednesday will be more of the rainier type of weather that we'll see. We'll see those temps that will stay in the 50s. However, that's going to be our next chance for rain showers actually rolling into the region.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Mucinex.
As consumers struggle to navigate yet another heavy-hitting cold and flu season, it's important to uncover the misconceptions surrounding the alarming overuse of antibiotics. Joining us now to talk about this and help you safely and effectively manage cold and flu symptoms is Dr. Ken Redcross. Doc, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on. Hello, everyone.
So, Doc, why is there a growing concern about the widespread inappropriate use of antibiotics, and what impact does it have on public health?
No, unfortunately, it has a big impact. We're learning that when antibiotics are used inappropriately, it increases antimicrobial resistance. Just last year, 2.8 million infections in the United States were resistant to antibiotics. And unfortunately, 35,000 people died because they contracted these infections that were not responsive to antibiotics. But the silver lining is this: we're focusing on urgent cares. In the urgent cares, it appears in one study that 7 in 10 people would ask for antibiotics, which is not what we want to do during the cold and flu season.
And why don't antibiotics work against viral infections like the common cold and flu?
No, that's a great question, and it all revolves around understanding how antibiotics work. Antibiotics latch on to the cell wall of bacteria. Viruses don't have a cell wall, therefore there's no wall for them to latch onto, so they're ineffective. You know, I'm excited because I joined not only with Mucinex, but with the urgent care centers and primary care centers in the United States with the campaign that we call Flip the Script. That's exactly what we're trying to do, flip the script so that we're not asking for antibiotics, but we're looking for things over the counter that can really help, such as Mucinex, which does help with the congestion and the cough as well.
And how can people effectively manage cold and flu symptoms?
Well, one of the good things you can do is, number one, get that education in our minds to recognize that for a cold or for a flu, antibiotics aren't necessary, and making sure to have a good relationship with your doctor so they know what's going on. And also, when you're looking at things like Mucinex over the counter, I love that with my patients because it helps for the cough, for the congestion, and I'm not contributing to the antibiotic resistance, but I get that symptomatic relief that all of us, or I should say symptomatic relief, that all of us really want when we're not feeling well.
And Doc, as you wrap things up, where can we go for more information?
Oh, sure. So if you want to learn more about Flip the Script and that campaign, go to mucinexfight.com. There's a lot of wonderful information there.
Thanks again, and have a great holiday, okay?
You too.
Good seeing you. Still ahead, holiday travel this year could break records. Coming up, just how many are expected to travel, and when will the busiest day happen? Plus, we'll have you weigh in on your holiday plans. Coming up.